Marysville Bulldogs Coach's Corner, a service of the Citizen State Bank's Darren's Repair, Inline Construction, Dean's Automotive, and Blue Valley Technologies.
Our roots are in agriculture. We're local. Many of us were born and raised in the areas that we serve. Because of that, we make our ag decisions right here at the bank. There's no waiting for some out-of-town approval on your loan requests. So rather than planting your seeds in someone else's field, stop by and let's talk. We're here to help you grow. Citizen State Bank, Marysville, Waterville, and Hanover. Member FDIC.
Sometimes the simplest ways just work the best. When you need automotive repair or service, call Darren Svoboda with Darren's Auto Repair. You'll get an experienced mechanic that you can trust to do the job right the first time. When you call, you'll talk with a mechanic, not an appointment advisor. He'll work to get your job in and out and get you back on the road. Always putting the customer first. Darren works to let you choose how much or how little repair work you actually need. Ask around. His reputation speaks for itself. Darren Svoboda with Darren's Auto Repair. A little out of the way in the alley at 604 Oak Street in Marysville, but sure worth finding. Call Darren at 562-7745.
Ag storage can improve your farming operation. When you're planning, from building and grain bin pads to commercial approach and drives, call for a quote from Inline Construction in Marysville today. For all types concrete work, phone 785-562-5525.
Welcome into the Marysville Bulldog Coach's Corner program, joined today with girls basketball head coach Ben Wertenberger. Coach, we were talking a little bit off air about the opponents that you've faced off here the last couple games, Rock Creek, Silver Lake. I'm going to take something you said. It doesn't get any tougher than that, but what did you learn from your team in these last two games?
Well, I think some old lessons and some new ones. I really feel like we're not afraid of those kind of teams anymore. Like the first time we played Wamego, they shook us. We got rattled. We got kind of uptight. And I would say against Rock Creek and Silver Lake, I don't feel like that was an issue. I would say of those 8 quarters, 5 of them were pretty darn good. We had a quarter against Rock Creek where we only scored 1. I thought we were a little soft offensively that quarter, but other than that, I didn't really hate what we did. It wasn't like we were forcing shots and punting it over. I thought we shot a little quick. I thought there were a couple times around the basket we should have finished and we didn't. Against Silver Lake, I thought we kind of ran out of gas. They really stretched it with speed, and that's not something that we have a ton of. And when the ball game got away from us and we were having to chase them, they really exposed us. But that's something we know about us. And so, we have to stay in a position where we control the ball and control the clock a little bit. And when we weren't able to do that against them, then that plays to their strengths and our weaknesses. And, then it got away from us. But there was a time late in the second quarter where it was 25-27. They've got 1 loss. They're capable of beating anybody. And so that was encouraging, and we just need to extend on that a bit.
Well, and what we were talking to, I know a couple weeks ago and here off air too as well, was the schedule you guys have played has hopefully prepared you well for this, 3A sub-state that's going to be coming up here in a couple weeks. And, I'm sure that's probably a conversation you've had with this team that says, hey, we've kind of been through the ringer. And I think you said it there a moment before, nothing should surprise us when we get into sub-state.
Oh, absolutely. We don't talk about it every day, but we've certainly talked about it. That preparation that we're getting, if we handle it right and we don't let it overwhelm us or back us down, it's something that no one else in our state has. For example, we, by the end of the season, we've played 12 4A teams. I haven't looked through everybody's schedule, but I just looked at a couple of them quick because I was curious if that was similar or not at all the same as what some of them were doing. And just a couple of them to the east of us, 1 4A, 2 4A teams. And there's good ball played in every class. I'm not suggesting, we played Centralia, they're great. So I'm not suggesting that, but the teams in those higher divisions tend to be bigger, tend to be a little faster. And, we've seen a lot of that, and the NCKL this year on the girls' side is the best it's been since I've lived in Marysville, and so we've seen a lot and we've been through a lot, and if we use those lessons, we're going to come up against some teams potentially that haven't seen anything like that, and so that could be a huge advantage for us if we use it right.
And when you do look at the rest of this season, Chapman, Wamego, and Abilene is going to close out the year for you. What's something you'd still need from this team, though, besides the mental capacity, but, maybe schematically that you're saying, hey, we clean this up, have a good chance to make a run?
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that doesn't have much to do with Sub-State, but that we would like to see, we haven't played very well at home. I would like to see us play better at home. Then, schematically stuff, we're still working on, our efficiency around the basket at the free throw line. Those things have to be better. We also need to recognize when we've had a couple of bad possessions in a row. Spent a lot of time on this yesterday. When we've had a couple of bad possessions in a row, what does that next possession look like? We can't be searching for a quick fix. We can't be searching for a quick answer. We've got to be searching for a great shot. And, I think the better we get at that, the more things will be in our control. We talk a fair amount about the idea that we don't want our games to look like ping pong. If it's going back and forth fast like that, that is not a good thing for us at all. And so we need to control the ball. Part of that, too, is getting off to good starts in games, which we've been doing a little better here recently. But when we get off to a good start in the ball game, then it's a little easier to play at that pace.
And talk about that a little bit. We've talked about your style, and you just mentioned it there. You need to slow it down. You need to, be deliberate when you get those opportunities. As the season does wind down, have the girls kind of, understood and realized that, I guess?
Yeah, I think they understand it. Part of it, too, is just when you get excited out on the court, it's just taking a breath and saying, okay, that's not what's best for us, and regathering and restarting. And, once in a while, we use a timeout for that, but you can't rely on that very often because you've got a limited amount, and, that's something we need to recognize on the court better. And I think our understanding of it, I think our communication of it has gotten better, of when that needs to happen. I mean, we worked on some verbal stuff yesterday to say, okay, we know we're at that point. Now how do we adjust to it? How do we get back to playing our style? And so, our girls have been very open to all that stuff. They take coaching very well, and they want to play well. They want to do it right as best they know. And so, we were very inexperienced to start the year, and there were some of those things that we just didn't understand very well. But I think as we've gone on, that's gotten better.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point there. The inexperience at the end of the year, now basically everyone's kind of that one grade level above by the gameplay that they've had, and understanding that, I think, is an important aspect for you. And last one here for you, Ben, before I let you go, but I'm just looking at the last 3 games of the year here. Chapman, Wamego, and Abilene obviously got wins over Chapman and Abilene, but then kind of got thumped against Wamego. When you look at trying to end this season strong, how important are those 3 games going to be to kind of set yourself up for success going into Sub-State?
Well, yeah, you want to have some positive feelings going into Sub-State, and Chapman is better than they've been in a long time. We got them down there, but they're a quality team. They've won, 12, 13 games. They've beaten a lot of people. They're a pretty good physical matchup for us. We match up fairly well with them, but they will be a challenge, and they certainly probably remember that we beat them. So I would imagine we'll get a pretty good effort out of them. Wamego, yeah, they thumped us big, so we need to come at them with a little different attitude. They were a hot as firecracker that night, and we didn't play very well, and they kind of kicked us while we were down a bit, and so we just want to come out and give them a heck of a fight and see what happens. And then Abilene, they got off to a decent start. They've had kind of a rough year since, but they've got some big physical girls that can cause us some trouble, and it's really important that we don't let them get off to a good start and encourage them, because they've got some capable players, and we just need to really. I think in that game maybe even more than some of the others, getting off to a good start. It's really important to see how the rest of that game goes.
Well, and you ended it right there. I was going to kind of talk about the hot starts that you guys have had in games, Silver Lake, Rock Creek, and the importance of that, because those can really set the tone, I think, for games as they go along. And I hope you're able to do that in these final 4 games. Again, talking with Ben Wertenberger, head coach of the Marysville girls basketball team. Ben, as always, thank you for your time this week. We'll look forward to chatting before Sub-State gets here, and best of luck. Hopefully can close the season out strong.
Appreciate it, Max. Yep, thanks for calling, and thanks for all the coverage you guys get us, and thanks to our fans that are always supportive. We appreciate it.
This new year, you deserve better. Better internet, better speeds, and better service from a company that gives back to your community. Sign up for Blue Valley Technologies fiber internet and get 3 months free. Already a customer? Try a faster speed for 3 months at no extra cost. For more details, visit us at bluevalley.net or call 877-876-1228. Happy New Year.
Danes Automotive in Marysville and Waterville has always been your trusted and certified automotive repair shop. But did you know Danes carries tires? With every major brand and size, from pickups, ATVs, trailers, and car tires, Danes has you covered. Don't wait until the old set gives out. Grab a new set along with balancing, alignments, and front-end work for any make and model. Find Danes Automotive in Marysville and Waterville online and give them a call to stay on the road, wherever it takes you.
Marysville Bulldogs Coaches Corner, a service of the Citizen State Banks, Darren's Repair, Inline Construction, Dean's Automotive, and Blue Valley Technology.